And we're back yet again. So first, I just want to start off by saying thank you for the 5,000 followers. Thank you for all the support. Continue to like, share, and follow. With that being said, let's get into the video. So today I will be going over the moon soul trap as well as soul harvesting. So let's get into it. As always, this video will be for entertainment purposes only. This is my opinion. Please do not mess with my video. The moon soul trap is a metaphysical and conspiracy theory proposing that the moon is not a natural celestial body, but an artificial structure or base designed to capture human souls after unaliving and force them into a cycle of reincarnation. Now, it's important to note that even though the moon isn't allegedly natural, they have like put it into our solar system in a way that it does, like fit in, and like it does, it's kind of like adapted to fit into our solar system, so to speak. So proponents argue that souls are lured by a light at the end of the tunnel toward the moon, where they are processed, have their memories erased, and are then recycled back to Earth, thereby preventing spiritual ascension or liberation. That reminds me of a dream that I had. I'm not sure if I talked about this dream before on the channel or not, but there was a dream where I think I, was unalived, like in my sleep, and I went to this place which kind of resembled what I would think would be like the back of like a video game. It was like black, and I remember like seeing some green, maybe numbers or something. And then I was on like a conveyor belt, or like along like with other souls, similar to like that movie Soul, and only, not as animated, obviously, and like it wasn't like, like I said, it was like black pretty much, and pretty much we were like on the conveyor belt and we were being put back into the game. So sounds very similar to this, so very interesting. Artificial origin. The moon is described as a hollow space station, prison, or portal created by ET entities such as greys, reptilians, or dragonians, rather than a natural satellite. Now, that is some people's opinion, TikTok. Soul harvesting. Trapped souls are believed to feed negative or low vibrational energy to these entities, with some versions suggesting the moon acts as a battery or food source for interdimensional beings. Mechanism of entrapment. The theory claims that upon unaliving, souls are intercepted by the moon's gravitational or energetic field, subjected to hypnotic or electroshock procedures to wipe their memories, and then reincarnate on Earth without their free will. So there's been a lot of talk about gravity lately, and some of these people who have been unalived, these researchers and scientists, had some interesting theories about anti-gravity. So maybe I'll do some videos on that topic. So stay tuned on that. Historical and cultural roots. The concept is often linked to Gnostic ideas of a malevolent demiurge, ancient myths of lunar deities governing rebirth, and modern conspiracy figures like Max Spears and John Lear, who claimed the moon is a warden's office for Earth's souls. I believe it. Scientific consensus holds that the moon is a natural rocky satellite with no evidence of artificial construction or metaphysical functions. The soul trap narrative is classified as mythic, symbolic, or pseudoscientific rather than empirical fact. Conspiracy theorists believe that invisible fourth dimensional entities feed off human life energy, often within frameworks of spiritual or holographic realities. These beliefs are tied to ideas that our world is a holographic illusion designed to trap souls, with entities siphoning energy from humans, especially through emotional or psychological manipulation. Some theories connect this to broader conspiracies such as forced reincarnation via a soul net or control by higher dimensional beings who maintain a deceptive physical reality. David Icke and Michael Talbot have promoted the idea of a holographic universe where 4D entities operate beyond normal perception, influencing human consciousness. The hologram of deception concept suggests that these beings profit from human suffering, feeding on negative emotional energy. That would explain why they always want us poor and uncomfortable and going to war. Very interesting. Some link that some link the flat earth model to this belief, proposing that a dome over earth contains humanity like a farm for energy extraction. Quantum physics and spirituality are often cited as evidence, misinterpreting concepts like wave particle duality to support claims of multidimensional beings. So now I bet you're wondering, how do these invisible fourth dimensional entities feed off of our energy? Well, I have an answer for you. They feed on human energy primarily through emotional and psychological manipulation rather than physical consumption. These entities, often described as parasitic or hive minded, are said to hook into human emotional vulnerabilities and drain emotional nectar or loosh, energy generated by suffering. Emotional feeding. Entities are believed to stimulate negative emotions such as fear, anxiety, depression, and anger. By triggering these states, they harvest the high vibrational energy released by human distress, similar to how a parasite feeds on a host. Now, this may explain why sometimes you just get angry like out of nowhere, or you'll just get sad just out of nowhere. Could these fourth dimensional entities be manipulating you emotionally? Perhaps. Psychological influence. Some theories suggest these beings hijack the reptilian brain using tricks to keep humans in states of survival mode or suffering. They love to keep us in survival mode, which generates the energy they require. This is sometimes linked to the idea that negative news or traumatic events create energy waves that these entities consume. Subconscious attachment. These entities are said to remain invisible by exploiting subconscious emotional attachments. They feed on unresolved trauma, addiction, or mental anguish, often becoming more active when humans are distracted by anesthesia, alcohol, or excessive media consumption, which lowers their spiritual defenses. Interdimensional parasites. In some narratives, particularly those involving reptilian or archontic entities, the feeding is part of a larger system where these beings enslave humanity by keeping them in a cycle of suffering and reincarnation, with memory erasure and ensuring a continuous supply of energy. These beliefs often overlap with concepts of the Mandela effect and CERN-induced reality shifts, where some theorists claim that experiments or interdimensional portals allow these entities to manifest or feed more easily in our 3D space. However, it is important to note that there is no scientific evidence supporting the existence of fourth dimensional entities, and anyone that says anything is just a crazy conspiracy theorist. But I would love to know what you guys think of the moon soul trap in the comments. And as always, this is just my opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please do not mess with my video. And if you enjoy content like this, be sure to like, share, and follow. But only if you're interested, because you never want to miss anything